the wave. I will survive. It's the Speaker of the National Assembly, Moses Wetangula, who said that 60% of these MPs will not make it back to the National Assembly. Don't you think that that has changed even further, especially with the exit of Raila Odinga from the political scene?
Yeah, I told you earlier that whether Raila was going to be vying for president or not, he will win the ballot in some way. And you see what's happening now in Luo Nyanza, and now come to this other side. Because this one is focusing on the Mount Kenya. I think the Mount Kenya people have been very interesting from what I've been seeing, and even at the moment you can't predict them. I used to be a strategist for the opposition, for Raila Odinga for some time, and Raila used to tell us that Mount Kenya speaks the last minute. So even this way we are saying, it can still go another way. Mm-hmm. I'm even thinking that they can even go UDA. I still believe so, because Mount Kenya has remained very unpredictable for a long time. Mm-hmm. BAMBA was called Jamba, and then he got nothing in the end. I remember even against Uhuru, people thought that Mount Kenya would turn out to vote for BAMBA, but they didn't. So it is too early to call Mount Kenya. And in fact, it's just like now she's talking about football. It's not just politics. You saw a player who was playing for Man City goes to play against Man City the other day. So politicians should not be branded that badly. But there must be something you have to understand. Even in business, you cannot count against a wave. Coca-Cola is being drunk very much, yet it's not one of the best drinks anyway. They invest money on communication and marketing. So it's not just politics. People try normally to not ride against the wave. But the question I should ask you, friend, and we should ask it, is it good for Kenyans if most of the MPs which were in Parliament go back? No. As one of the people who were in this protest that breached Parliament, those MPs have never made a decision in the best interest of Kenya. Mm-hmm. The more they go home, the better. In fact, not even that I'm against them. We need to change the political environment by bringing people with ideas. And that's why I want to urge the people, my generation, like the millennials, the Gen Zs, the Gen Xs, if we have any sway in this election, we should not wait and listen to the noise. We should know what's the signal. Who can lead your county? Who can lead your sub-county? Who can be good in your ward? And I'm also very afraid, again, Fred, that women like my sister here and young people, with this violence that is taking place, that could be another way to bring them back, because they have tyranny, or let's talk about tyranny of violence. So if tyranny of violence won't work, like if you look at the front page of Standard, you see that is a main territory. I don't even see a woman there. Show me any woman there. Mm-hmm. If a woman never made this triumphant entry, it is the same way it's gonna be difficult for women to enter here. So we could even say, like Jesus says, it's gonna be difficult for a woman to enter to this Parliament, just like it's difficult for a rich man to pass through the Nile. So if we cannot create an environment, I talk about the gender idea and the youth idea. Can we create an environment for women to get into leadership? Okay. Can we create an environment for youth to enter leadership? With this violence and money, the amount of money needed to win this election is going to take out most women and also most men. Yet the world is better with more women, Fred. Do you know that women determine more of the consumption of the world, because women are the ones who actually spend more money even on those cosmetics, call it whatever it is. Shopping for a girl, taking a girl to high school is more expensive than a boy, because they actually consume more, they need more. So I'm looking at a world whereby this can be equivalent. But the question Mount Kenya should be asking as they take those movements and people shifting left and forth, the very leader of DCP was also in UDA. So I don't see something really wrong there, because also he defected.
It's a reaction that we watched there from because that was in Gatundu.
Yes. Yeah.
And these are the same electorate who voted in for that MP. Yeah. Are people now shifting, because we've been talking about voters and how their psyche is heading towards election. Do you feel, Odede, that the Kenyan voter is brighter this time round? that yes, we understand that politicians